Ever want your own landing strip, but not sure if it'll work out? Well, join me as I put in my own landing strip. Hey everyone, this is Brother D again, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Today, I want to share with you about a dream I had as a child that has finally become a reality. I grew up on a farm, and I also loved aviation, airplanes, ultralights, helicopters, you name it. And I also wanted to one day own my own aircraft and have my own landing strip. Well, a few years ago, I was able to move back to the family farm. I also pretty recently got my private pilot license, and I came to realize that having my own landing strip wasn't going to be all that easy, and I want to take just a few moments to explain to you why. So I want to take a moment and share why I felt it might be difficult to have a landing strip at the farm. So my original idea was to have a landing strip going from here in a southwesterly direction over to about here, and that would give me a little over 800 feet, which is more than adequate to take off and land in a powered parachute. And as I took off, I could fly out over this valley, not have to contend with any obstacles. The problem would be in coming back in for a landing. I'm heading straight toward a row of trees, and if I were to overshoot the midway point and try to take off again, I could hit these trees. So it'd probably be a good idea to have two landing strips. My next idea is to go from here over to here. And I can shoot out over this valley. I can shoot out over this valley. That's not much of an issue. But I do have a tree to contend with right here and one right here. And to be honest with you, for my level of expertise, my comfort level, I felt like maybe this wasn't such a good idea. So because the landing strips would have to be so short, I came to realize I'd need a very special aircraft, a STOL or short takeoff and landing aircraft, to make that happen. Maybe something like a Kit Fox. But as I started looking into airplane ownership, I came to realize there's a whole lot more involved than just the purchase price. I felt like I could possibly buy an airplane, but when I started looking into all that's involved with the upkeep and maintenance, it just seemed like it didn't make much sense. So to make a long story short, I ended up getting training for and buying a powered parachute, which is the perfect STOL aircraft because it can take off and land in as little as 200 feet. So in the remainder of this video, I want to share some highlights from mowing my own landing strip to some of my very first flights from the farm. So here I am with my zero turn, mowing the nearly 650-foot landing strip that runs southeast to northwest. Keep in mind that this is just one of the landing strips. The other one is around 850 feet and runs northeast to southwest. Let's now move on to my very first takeoff, which I recorded from the ground with a camera mounted on a tripod. Now I want to share some in-flight clips from my third flight, and there are a couple of things that I need to note real quick. First of all, I am still struggling with the camera positions. The camera that's mounted toward the front that's facing the pilot, it's just way too close. And then the camera I have mounted toward the rear of the aircraft that's facing forward, it is so close to the prop guard that there are some major vibrations and serious oscillations that are happening. Now the second thing I want to note is by the time I get to my third flight, the grass has grown up so much that you can barely make out the runway. So it's definitely time to mow again. Here, I'm taking off to the southeast on the 650-foot landing strip. As I try to stay under the chute, I actually have to veer to the right away from the strip. I then fly to Macville and do a pre-arranged flyover for some friends. And this is a shot heading from Macville toward Perryville, and you can see how the fall leaves are starting to change color. Right here, I'm descending over the edge of a 300-foot tall escarpment called the Knobs as I descend toward the farm. And here I am coming in for a landing to the northwest. I veer to the left a little as the southwesterly wind is trying to blow me into the tree on the right. So I finally fulfilled my childhood dream, but you need to understand I came really close to not doing it. Even though I had a PPC, I kind of felt like the farm wasn't a conducive environment for safe flight operations. I felt like maybe I should just stick with a public airport. So why did I go ahead with it? Well, I think I should point out that I'm not called Brother D for nothing. That's what some of my church members have called me. I've been a pastor for over 20 years, and if God were to ask me right now to give everything up, to give up this farm, to give up this runway and this dream, I would do that in a heartbeat. And I realize that if that were to happen, I might look back one day and say to myself, why did you never try to put a landing strip on the farm? You see, I don't want to live with regret, and I don't want to look back and ask, would it have been possible to fly an aircraft from the farm? I just wanted to know if having a landing strip were possible. But for now, I'm thankful for this gift of aviation, and powered parachuting is the most fun I've ever had in flying. I have over 200 hours in fixed wing aircraft. From my experience with PPCs, I can say honestly that they are much more fun than flying airplanes. So I'm hoping that this video will inspire you to go make your dreams happen. Don't hesitate, or you may regret it. God bless you.